I thought my life was going in one direction, but unbeknownst to me, the universe had other plans. And in 2014, I decided to uproot my life in London and come here to help take care of my mum, who'd just been diagnosed with cancer. I thought that I would be back in London within 3 months, but that wasn't the plan. I stayed here and helped my dad take care of my mum until we lost her in 2016. And after we lost her, I took one look at my dad and understood in an instant that I couldn't leave him by himself. So I chose to stay here, and I watched the life that I had created in London crumble. And it was by choice. Nobody forced me to do that. I had no idea what to do, but I just knew that I had to follow my heart. I'd always imagined that I would find an intentional community and go and belong to that. I never in a million years thought that I would ever have the opportunity to create a community. There was a short period during which I thought this property, which my parents spent 20 years building and creating, was going to be sold by nothing short of a miracle. I was able to keep it, and at the end of 2023, the big vision for La Vita Succa finally landed. I didn't just see one intentional community here, I saw a global network of hubs. And I understood in an instant that the villa, the property, the land had chosen me, but also that the vision for La Vita Succa had chosen me. There are so many problems that we're facing in the world as a species today. There's horrible, horrible wars happening. There's forced starvation of millions of people. There are psychopaths calling themselves world leaders, creating masses of destruction, not just to fellow human beings, but to our planet. The list just goes on and on. But I don't believe that this is the only reality that is possible for planet Earth and for us as a species. I believe that there is a new paradigm that is dawning upon us and our planet.
Being a young person myself, you kind of look at the world and you're kind of like, whoa. It can be a bit scary kind of seeing everything that's going on in the world today. And being part of something that is actively trying to do the opposite of what the world is doing is really encouraging. I think that also adds to the really relaxing atmosphere here, and it feels safe because of the sustainability practices and the fact that we see what's going on in the world and it's like, okay, what can we do to reverse that? It's being the change instead of just complaining and not doing anything, which is what most people do today. And it's in the giving and the giving of yourself that you receive. That in itself gives me hope.
There are so many favourite parts about La Vita Succa that it would be so difficult to give you just one. The way that I could best sum it up would be that actually, to overuse the word actually, because it's just that prominently good, it's like my actual natural habitat here. So everything from the rhythm of life to the food, to the home itself, and then of course the people here.
And I also see that a lot of people having the impression that living in intentional community is a bit like either being on retreat or a bit like just checking out and not really doing anything that matters very much. For me, intentional community living, truly intentional community living, acts as a catalyst. It acts as a mirror and shows us, by way of our interaction with the people that we're living with, what our shadows are, and shows us the parts of ourselves that we could heal or maybe turn the volume up on in a space that is safe enough for you to be vulnerable, for you to be honest, but for you to also be held by these other people so that you can grow and show up as the very best version of yourself possible.
Yeah, so obviously I'm more used to kind of city life or suburban life, having all the conveniences and stuff and fast pace, and it's just to get a bit of getting used to you can't just get Uber Eats, you can't just go to 24/7 supermarket. That's just not a thing here. You just have to really get used to adapting and going with the flow a bit. And I think sometimes there's a bit of a beauty of okay, there's these few choices.
The vision is to have a 12-person permanent community living here, but we're still at the early stages of finding those people. So we run community seasons in the spring and the autumn to find those people, because you never truly know someone until you've lived with them or lived through a crisis with them.
All communities have their own flavor, their own fingerprint, as it were, but this community has all the best things of all the different types of communities I've lived in, and it was different in the sense that everybody came here with the intention of coming here.
We keep community management quite fluid here, so people can move at their own rhythm. We have a task board for activities that we do together, like going out for a meal, pizza nights, movie nights, sharing circle, pasta workshop, yoga classes, training, circuit training, cold plunging for those who are brave enough, hiking, going on excursions. We also have another board. Community members just volunteer for what they want to do, whether it's cooking or cleaning or tending the garden or taking care of the pool. So we all know what's getting taken care of and by whom at a glance, and folks can just do those tasks when it's good for them. The day can look really varied. So sometimes we'll co-work together, sometimes there'll be some of us co-working inside while others are out on the land. So we're located in the town of Roseto, Valfortore. It's a small mountain town in the region of Puglia in southern Italy, and it's absolutely breathtaking. I mean, you can see some of the scenery in the background. It's actually the town where my parents were both born. I've been coming here every single year since I was born, and then 11 years ago I decided to make this my home. And so I have deep connections with the town, with the people here, and with the land. If you feel called to join one of our community seasons, then just scroll down and go ahead and book yourself in for a call. My calendar link is right there, and I'm available to speak with you. Really looking forward to connecting. A presto!